It's Pride Month, mi gente. My name is Hector Ramirez, and you probably know by now I'm running for Mr. LA Pride. Win or lose, it's not about a title, and it's not about wearing a sash. It's about community, it's about love, it's about kindness. Most of all, it's about forgiveness. Our community, let's be real, has gone through a lot. I'm a kid of the 80s. One of the things that I remember so much about the 80s was the HIV and AIDS crisis. I remember turning on the TV and watching televangelists come on and say that God's wrath was on the gay community, and that's why HIV and AIDS was happening. That's why so many people in our community were dying. I remember that. I remember growing up, and I remember when we were talking about marriage equality and we were just trying to pass domestic partnerships. There were states that had sodomy laws. I remember when we were standing to end Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Hell, I remember when Don't Ask, Don't Tell started. That was our way for us to join the military. Don't ask, don't tell. That's what it was. You don't say, you don't come out. And if you came out, or if they found out, you were dishonorably discharged from the United States military. That was the time period that I grew up in. And if you think about that, before me, there were people that were alive and grew up during the Stonewall riots. There were things that happened in San Francisco where they would have to blow their whistles when the police were coming to raid our gay bars, our establishments where folks like me and you hung out. Our community has been through a lot. We've been through a lot. We've been hurt a ton by our families, by our churches, by our communities, by our schools, by our teachers, by people that should have loved us from the very beginning. And with that hurt and with that pain comes a lot of anger and resentment and pain. I have been an advocate for the gay rights community for the most of my life. And one of the things that I have always found so interesting is just how sometimes we can just be hateful to one another. We're so angry that we take out our anger on one another. We believe that we have to look a certain way, act a certain way, behave a certain way, and that is how we find love, and that is how we find acceptance, and we breed self-hate and self-doubt. And I'm here to tell you, mi gente, that it is time for our community to claim our love, to claim our kindness, to walk in our light, walk in our greatness. We are not sinful because of who we are. We are light because of who we are. We are love because of who we are. We are just as human as anybody else in this world. We have got to show more kindness and more love to one another in our community. If there is anything that I want to do as Mr. LA Pride, throughout my year, if I get to win, it's to uplift others. It is to celebrate one another. It is to show kindness. It is to show love. It is to tell people and remind people that you can walk in your greatness just as you are. You can stand tall just as you are. To my transgender brothers and sisters, you are beautiful just as you are, and we will continue to stand with you every single day that we have got to fight this administration. We have come too far. We have fought too long to let anybody tell us or dictate to us what we can, what we cannot do. We have come too far and too long to allow them to try to take rights away from us. Mi gente, we have come so far, and it has taken us a long time to get to this point that we will not go back. It is Pride Month, and I want to remind every single one of you that not only is it this month or this day to stand, but we need to stand and rise every single day. But if there is ever a month to do it, mi gente, it is this month. And I want to close with this. You will see pictures and you will see memes of half-naked boys on a float, and then you're going to see some in a suit, and they're going to be saying, "This was pride, this isn't pride." Mi gente, the struggle, so much of our struggle, was founded on sexual oppression. Sexual oppression. Think about it. Just because of who you love, they think that it was all about sex, and it wasn't. It's about who we love. but sexual oppression was a big thing. And so show who you are. Show the world who you are. I'm so sick of those memes of half-naked boys and you all just trying to say, no, that's not what pride is. Yes, that's what pride is. And so is standing out there in a suit. All of that is pride because we belong everywhere.